What has made Anthony Davis so effective at the 5 this season for the Mavericks? Plus, what are you most excited about with this team right now? It's a glass half full Thursday here on the DLLS Mavs podcast. Here we go. Welcome to the DLLS Mavs podcast presented by Game Time and Michelob Ultra. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code DLLS at checkout. And Michelob Ultra, official beer sponsor of the NBA. Kevin Gray alongside our DLLS Mavs beat writer Ron Harrod Jr. and our DLLS Mavs analyst Bobby Crella. We are DLLS Mavs, your favorite guys covering your favorite team every single day. Why has Anthony Davis been so effective at the 5 so far this year? Plus, what are you most excited about this team right now as they get ready to get back on the floor tomorrow when they take on the Brooklyn Nets? Plus, we'll dial up the Stein line a little bit later on in our show with our national NBA insider, Marc Stein, on this tremendous, terrific Thursday. Ron Harrod Jr., how we feeling?
I'm feeling terrific. I'm not in any scandals. I have a job. I'm doing well. Bobby?
That's very powerful.
Are you in any scandals, Bobby?
No, my life
scandals?
is not.
Okay.
My life is not crumbling. I'm not in a bad way. I'm also gainfully employed.
Yeah.
I have a family and friends, and everything is good.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
Especially at this time of the year. Of course, it's
I
holiday
haven't
season.
taken any sinus meds in more than 24 hours.
Oh, let's
so
go.
I'm
So
like,
you're doing much better.
this is
it's good.
You know.
Just for the record, I am part of no scandals as well. Just
Okay,
Oh,
good.
okay, yeah,
It's good to
great.
know.
We're all
For
good.
sure.
And I have a family and friends, much like family and friends, much like Bobby. So we're all,
Yeah,
All
I mean,
loved.
everyone's definitely not
No scandal
employed this
December.
morning. Everyone's not in a scandal this morning. So
That's
to
good.
not be a
Jesse,
part
any
of that is
scandals
great.
lately that you've been a part of?
Oh, wow. Okay, all right, cool.
He said for anyone listening,
Cool.
Jesse said he's about to go make some right now. So,
I'm about to go do some scandals.
Speaking of scandals, Clarence E. Hill Jr. is about to leave the building here in just a second.
Uh-oh.
No, I'm just joking.
he's definitely part of
Clarence, you're hanging out with us on Saturday, aren't you?
You going to hang out with us at Wild Fork Foods on Saturday? Chill. Okay.
That's right.
Right.
Shout out to
Louisville
Chill.
location of Wild Fork Foods, like Josie and Windhaven-ish.
No, do not. Do
All right.
not do that.
Go ahead and dump that audio.
Yeah, do not do that.
I don't think anyone heard it.
Okay.
By the way, did
Well,
you guys...
Clarence said he's excited to see all of you there.
That's right.
No, it's it.
Did you guys realize what today is?
Thursday.
Hump day.
Terrific Thursday.
Yes, for sure. We're officially 2 weeks away from Christmas.
Oh.
2 weeks away from Christmas Day.
Oof.
So
And I have
that
yet,
means-
and I
Have you
have
done
yet
your
to
shopping?
book my birthday dinner.
I
That's
know.
not good.
Me
Yeah.
too. Me too.
I have yet to book that birthday dinner, so I'm not gonna leak where that will
yeah.
be.
Y'all's birthdays
But-
are both next week after. Week after
That's
next?
right.
I'm
So-
23rd, KG's 21st.
22nd.
Oh, okay, we're back-to-back days.
So check this out.
Flag is 21st.
There you go. There you go.
So
That's
it's-
where I was getting to. Cooper Flagg's birthday is December 21st. Mine is December 22nd. Ron is December 23rd. So
I recommend Wild Fork for your birthday.
that's a great deal. That's a great
Hey.
idea. That's a great idea.
I do love some seasoned meat.
Me too.
Mark that. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Let's dive into it before Ron says anything else here on the DLLS Mavs podcast.
Oh, keep going. What'd you call
No.
Like coffee cream.
Oh.
something like that, or-
We're not talking about cream at all. Please don't.
No.
Why has Anthony Davis, hell of a transition here. Why has Anthony Davis been so effective at the 5 so far this year for your Dallas Mavericks? Of course, the Mavericks 9-16 on the year. They'll get back on the floor tomorrow for the first time since last Saturday as they take on Michael Porter Jr. and the Brooklyn Nets inside the American Airlines Center. Tip-off at 7:30 p.m. Pregame show will begin at 6:45 p.m. right here on DLLS Sports. Bobby Curl, why has Anthony Davis been so good and effective at the 5 for the Mavericks as of late?
Because he is a great center. Anthony Davis is a fantastic center. Now, he gave a quote, I guess, I don't know, a few days ago now.
Feels like
when
a
was
week.
this?
About a week ago.
About a week ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
where
Locker room.
we going to play that video, or do you just want me to paraphrase? I don't. Okay.
Okay.
So
I don't have it ready.
AD gave a quote basically saying, like, look, we being the Mavs, we have great centers. We have Gaff and Lively. This is before the Lively news broke, and so he's like, hopefully they're going to be back soon, and then I can get back to playing the 4. I like playing the 4, and I feel like that would be a good setup for us. Now, we have not seen the Mavs go with a lot of 2 big lineups recently because Gafford has been out, Lively's been out. At the beginning of the year, they did play Lively or Gafford at the 5 while AD played the 4 until AD got hurt and everything. Those lineups did not do very well. Now, granted, that was with Coop at the 1, so it's a bunch of people playing out of position. But I feel like we've all pretty consistently said, and there are a lot of other Mavs fans that feel this way too. I think that AD is best suited at the 5 because he himself is not much of a floor spacer, and the Mavs don't have another stretch big on the roster that can kind of offset that limitation in AD's game. And so having him at the 5 creates so much more space for Coop and for Nembhard and for the Mavs to run pick and roll and for AD to get post-ups and more ways to attack mismatches and all these things. And I feel like that's had a pretty obvious positive effect on everyone on the team, including AD, who since coming back from injuries put together some really, really good games.
Yeah, I wanted to do some research on Anthony Davis at the 5 before doing this. So I think, at least based on this ranking, Anthony Davis is one of the 5 best, really 4 best centers in the NBA. He is not one of the 5 best forwards in the NBA, everybody. So do you all want to know who the Ringer has listed as the centers better than Anthony Davis this season? They updated their rankings.
Jokic
is 1.
I'm out. My brain's like
thinking of
right
good players. Thinking of good.
There's a guy in this state that's a center. That's actually
Wemby,
2 guys.
now. Alfred Sengun.
Wemby?
Wemby's 1.
Oh.
Sengun's 1.
Okay.
And then you have Davis.
Oh,
So it's like, in that
I
case.
like that. That's cool.
So
That's
it's like
good.
Anthony Davis, at least according to the Ringer, he's one of the 4 best centers in the NBA. But there are a lot of good forwards, everybody, from the Evan Mobleys of the world to Giannis. Like, there are a lot of Durant, a lot of good forwards. So Anthony Davis at the 5 gives the Mavs a top 5 player at their position. If he is playing power forward, he is no longer in that top 5 as a forward, which means that when he's at the 5 on offense, he can dominate that position a lot more because he's quicker than a lot of these centers in the NBA, and his ability to not space the floor, like in the late part of his career, doesn't really affect the team because he can kind of hang around the dunker spot, and he's actually a relatively good mid-range shooter for a center. The problem is when he plays power forward and that floor spacing non-ability has to be on display, it can cause a lot of problems because, okay, he needs to be in the dunker spot, but Daniel Gafford also has to be in the dunker spot. Well, both of them can't really occupy that at the same time. It can cause a big problem. So as a 4, you have to space the floor. You have to shoot the ball well, and he really can't do that. And on defense, he still guards like a center. He's in drop coverage all the time. He doesn't really want to switch, so he guards like a center. He's one of the best defending centers in the NBA, but he's not really that good of a defending power forward. So I think Anthony Davis has been good at center because, just truthfully, that's just where he's best at.
His ability to police the paint and man the interior for a team that can guard you extremely well on the perimeter when you think about guys like a cooperflagg, pjwashington, not as good of a defender, I think, as cooperflagg. But at the same time, you've got guys that can really defend on the perimeter. So by the time you funnel them, if you're going to be playing a drop coverage and guys are able to get into the paint, Anthony Davis is there to anchor the middle and to really be able to deter and block shots. It's not just the blocking shots for Anthony Davis. It's the deterrence that he is in keeping guys from wanting to take certain shots within the restricted area. And then offensively, it allows guys to be able to play at their natural positions, with cooperflagg playing at the small forward, pjwashington being a smaller size power forward, but being able to play and defend positions 2 through 4 for the most part. Now Anthony Davis offensively can not only dominate the interior, where he can help police the glass as well, but also can really dominate when it comes to being on the block. We obviously have seen his mid-range game be able to get off as well, but it just allows for the spacing to be that much better for this team. And with Ryan Nembhard running this offense, him being able to get AD into certain spots on the floor where he's comfortable, whether it's operating at the high post or operating down in the block, that to me is the best version of what this offense can be. And we've seen the numbers continue to increase from a production standpoint. So AD at the 5 is the way to go based off of just the efficiency that they're playing with, but more importantly on the defensive end, he is a hell of a deterrent on the end of the floor to keep guys from wanting to take the kinds of shots that they're accustomed to. Anthony Davis doesn't allow that to happen.
Yeah, this year, so only this season, whenever 80 is on the floor and there's no Gafford, no Lively, no Dwight Powell, no Musa Cisse, so basically no other big on the floor, the Mavs have a 115.4 offensive rating, which league-wide is like kind of good, but for this team is very good based on how they performed this season. 115.4 is on the high end. Now their defensive rating is 120.8, but I just anecdotally, I just think that's purely just from playing OKC because they got absolutely destroyed that game. No matter who was on the floor, OKC had like a 140 offensive rating in that game. It was disgusting, but I think defensively, because they don't have, especially now that they're playing a lot of Nembhard minutes, and then without him, they're playing Brandon Williams. That's two kind of small guards. They don't have really necessarily great point of attack defense. So if 80's your only 5, that's a lot of leaks in the dam, right, that he's got to plug up. Teams are shooting almost 56% on twos whenever 80 is the only big on the floor. The Mavs perimeter defense has got to be better. They do have guys like Coop and PJ that in the open floor can be deterrents, that come up with some pretty spectacular blocks, even in half-court settings. But, the Mavs have to shore up the perimeter defense in order to make 80 at the 5 work. Otherwise, it's just going to be a layup line, and he's going to have to be superhuman all the time, which he can be sometimes. But sometimes you're going to be guarding Jokic, and you can't leave Jokic to go block a layup. So, it's going to be tough. Or if the team that you're going up against plays 5 out, well, then he's going to have a really tough choice to make every time down the floor. So it's not like foolproof and it's not perfect. That's why it's great to have multiple modes, multiple ways you can play. Sometimes 2 big, sometimes 1 big, sometimes no big. But right now, because of the injury circumstances, the Mavs don't really have a choice. This is the only way that they can play, really.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm actually kind of surprised how high the defensive rating is with Anthony Davis on the floor. 2 years ago, I truthfully believe Anthony Davis was probably one of the best three to four best defenders in the NBA. And this kind of shows you that in 2025, you need a ton of defenders to kind of all be working within a system. And unless you're essentially Rudy Gobert, who's kind of one of the only one-man defenses kind of still left in this league, you're going to need other wings and point guards and other people to really kind of punch above their weight on the defensive end. But if people are just, running by a player such as Brandon Williams, I'm not saying it's only him, but, just a smaller guard like a Brandon Williams or a smaller guard like a Ryan Nembhard, it can make it really hard for Anthony Davis to defend, even at a high level, knowing even how good of a defender he is. Again, Gobert is kind of truthfully the only one-man defense we've seen consistently anchor good defenses with no real other great defenders. Now, Minnesota, they have Jamie McDaniels and Anthony Edwards currently, but even in his old Utah days, it might just be Conley and all these small guards, and they still would have a top defense. He's kind of the only guy to really do that. So it kind of just shows you team defense really, really matters in the NBA. And even with Anthony Davis being a good defender, they still need other guys.
For sure, and you're hoping for guys that we've talked about with Cooper Flagg, with PJ Washington, Max Christie being another one of those guys that hopefully can continue to improve his perimeter defense to really give you an idea that they can be much more connected on the defensive end, to not have to allow Anthony Davis to have to be able to clean up so much within the interior on the defensive end. The question will always be when it comes to Davis, with him not only playing the kinds of minutes that he will play on both sides of the ball, how physically he will hold up with having to play at the center. We know famously that he would rather prefer to play at the 4, but at the same time, given the situation the Mavericks are facing, primarily, and even Jason Kidd said it the other day, they're hoping that Anthony Davis is going to be at the 5 for a while, and given what they're dealing with right now, they may have no choice to leave him there at the 5 as they try to get healthy, especially once Daniel Gafford comes back. As we know that Dereck Lively II, unfortunately, is going to be missing the rest of the season with his foot injury. So Anthony Davis has been very good since he has returned, the coinciding with Ryan Nembhard and what he's been able to do on the floor as well. We'll see how that continues to translate for a Mavericks team that is an 8-point favorite tomorrow night over the Brooklyn Nets at the American Airlines Center as they look for their 10th win of the season. Anthony Davis looking to have a big part of that as the Mavericks continue to move toward Christmas Day when they meet the Golden State Warriors in San Francisco. Let's take our first break here on the DLLS Mavs podcast. When we come back, what are some of the things that you, I, and we are most excited about when it comes to the Mavericks right now?
Drown out the negativity. with the power of positivity.
It's a glass half full Thursday here on the DLLS Mavs podcast. We'll be right back. Hey, boys and girls, we are just about 2 weeks away from Christmas, and I know that you're a last-minute shopper just like me, and I've got the perfect last-minute gift for you, and it comes in the form of Aura Frames. With Aura Frames, you can upload unlimited photos and video as well by just downloading the Aura app. When you have, of course, you're connected to your Wi-Fi. You can preload photos before it ships, and you can keep adding it from anywhere at any time. And you can personalize your gift by adding a message to it so you can be seen throughout the entirety of the holiday season. In fact, you can share photos and videos effortlessly straight from your phone all year long. And it comes with a beautiful gift box as well, so you don't have to go looking for some gift wrap or a fancy gift box in order to deliver your Aura Frames. You can't wrap togetherness, but you can certainly frame it. So for a limited time, save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com to get $35 off your best-selling Carver matte frames named #1 by Wirecutter by using promo code DLLS at checkout. That's auraframes.com, promo code DLLS. This deal is exclusive to our listeners, and frames sell out fast, so make sure that you get yours in time before the holiday season ends. So support the show by mentioning us at checkout, and remember, terms and conditions apply.
This is my public plea. Justin Jefferson, Bijan Robinson, Jackson Smith and Jigba, and way more. Jalen Hurts. Oh my gosh. Record more than your Prize Picks projections this weekend. All right. If you want to will on your fantasy stars to victory, Prize Picks is the best way to do it. If they have a good day, you have a great day. Getting right, being right, making good decisions on Prize Picks can get you paid. You choose between 2 and 6 players, whether they will record more or less than their projected stat line. And you can also adjust that projected stat line. Let's say JSN is like 99.5 yards. Well, you can slide it down to 79.5, or if you're feeling really ambitious, you can slide it up to like 125.5, and if he gets more than that, then you get even more money. Prize Picks is awesome. It's really fun. You can also stack picks for individual players as well. So if you want to play along, download Prize Picks today. Use promo code DLLS when creating an account and making your first $5 play, and your lineup or your account will be blessed with $50 in free plays to use on a lineup anytime you like. Again, Prize Picks. Use code DLLS on Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
Welcome back to the DLLS Mavs podcast. Appreciate you joining us here on DLLS Sports. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to DLLS Sports while you're here as well, and join the over 38,000 subscribers here within our family. Coming up here in 13 minutes, we'll be joined by our national NBA insider, Marc Stein, with the latest when it comes to your Dallas Mavericks as we move that much closer to the unofficial beginning of NBA trade deadline season, which comes in about 4 or 5 days from now. But right now, we want to talk about what's making us excited about this team right now. As we mentioned, Mavericks will be back on the floor tomorrow after a long layoff thanks to the NBA Cup schedule, where the semifinals, gentlemen, are in place and will be happening in Vegas over the weekend. Congratulations to the Orlando Magic and the New York Knicks in the East, and the San Antonio Spurs and the Oklahoma City Thunder, who are going to be representing the West. The Spurs beating down the Lakers last night in Los Angeles to advance to the NBA Cup semifinals that will take place on Saturday. So, with that being said, what are we excited about when it comes to this team? Record not great, but at the same time, some other things that are exciting, Ron, when it comes to the Mavericks so far.
I'm excited. I'm excited the Mavs benched Klay Thompson.
Oh my!
And
Jeez.
while that
Hard
might
stop.
Oh my
Hard
God!
Stop.
While
right
that
there.
might sound
right
bad,
there.
he's played really well off the bench, everybody. Like, I think he's been such a good player off the bench, and I think it's actually like legit might save his career.
Oh,
like, we're
man.
laughing, but the Mavs benching Klay Thompson, I think, literally might have saved his NBA career.
No, we're laughing at the way you started off, how excited
It was
you
a
were.
hook. It was a hook. But no, Klay Thompson's averaging 12 points, 2.5 rebounds, 1.2 assists off the bench. His splits are way up off the bench. KG was talking about how he's been shooting so well from 3. He looks more happy off the bench. I see his girlfriend on the sideline. She's screaming. She's happy. I think the vibes around Klay Thompson are just so much better. He's more happy in the locker room. It's better for me asking questions. Klay Thompson is just, I think him playing 20 to 25 minutes is like the perfect amount for him. We talked about early in the season how he was being played out of position. Like, we were kind of like, hey, man, Klay, you got to play better than this. But at the end of the day, like, he was out of position. Like, he's not really a shooting guard in 2025. He's really like a forward, a wing, like a really small forward, really power forward in some lineups kind of player. Now he can do that and not have to guard the best player for 30 minutes or something like that. He can just, guard the third guy for like 10 minutes a game and make some threes, run off screens, play with other fast athletes. And then he gets off, and all he does is basically space the floor for the other players. Benching Klay Thompson was one of Jason Kidd's best decisions of the season. I think he's thriving off the bench, so I'm very happy for Klay Thompson.
I have enjoyed living in the anything is possible space with Coop and with Ryan Nembhard. Not to get all philosophical, but as anything happens in as you get further along in anything, the number of possibilities grow smaller, right? But right now, Coop could become the best player of all time. We have no idea. He could become good at anything. He could become great at anything. We don't know what he's going to look like, and we're all learning this. It feels like he's going to be a real badass in the fourth quarter. It feels like he is eventually going to become the kind of player that's going to go into a road gym and rip fans' hearts out whenever the game is on the line. It feels like he's that kind of guy, a competitive freakazoid maniac monster, but we don't know. It feels like he might become I say this in a good way, but a little cocky showman. In these fourth quarters, he's starting to do this after a nice pass. He's starting to flex a little bit. He's starting to smile.
Muscle emoji after that dunk the other night was hilarious.
Yeah, and it's fun learning about it. With Ryan Nembhard, is Ryan Nembhard going to be the next Jalen Brunson? Is he going to be the next
Never know.
Guard that was clearly the best guard in college basketball that for some reason didn't get taken in the first round and is going to become a great player in the NBA? We have no idea. But living in that space is way more fun than living in the space of, I know exactly who this 33-year-old player is. And even if he's great, it's just there's not as much to appreciate because I'm not really learning anything. And that is obviously a shortfall, a shortcoming of humans. There's a whole book about it that Phil Jackson recommended the Bulls read during their title run called Zen Mind, Beginner's Mind. And in the beginner's mind, there are many possibilities. In the expert's mind, there are few. If you look at something and feel like you know what you're watching, then it is less fun to watch. But Coop and Ryan Nembhard were learning so much. Max Christie were learning so much. Even Klay coming off the bench is a new thing. There's a lot of new things about the Mavs this season. And even if the results haven't always been good, it's still been fun to watch.
No, for sure. And when you look at not just the leaps for Ryan Nembhard, who's come in and played really well, Cooper Flagg continuing to show why he was the number one overall pick. Klay Thompson really starting to find his stride off the bench. Other guys are taking their leaps as well. Max Christie being one of them, playing nearly 30 minutes a game now, shooting nearly 47% from three and becoming one of the best corner three-point shooters in the association. Something that the Mavericks have desperately needed at the start of this year is someone who could stretch the floor. And Max Christie, who of course came over in the trade from Los Angeles, has continued to get that much better, providing what the Mavericks need, not only defensively, but more so offensively. And there continues to be growth ahead of him and how much better that he can be. So that's been one of my favorite things, is watching Max Christie comfortably be able to grow night in and night out, and more importantly, provide them some really good three-point shooting for a team that was desperately lacking offense at the early part of the year. And what his maturation will continue to look like is going to be fun to watch because he's a good player. He's a good player. He's going to be starting to earn himself a lot of money as the season has gone on. For a team that is going to have some real decisions to make financially, Max Christie adding cash to his bank account by the three-pointer that he makes, by every single three-pointer that he makes. So he's been a lot of fun to watch for me because I love a good three-point shooter, and Max Christie is starting to prove that he's one of the best in the association so far this year. What else?
All eyes on you, Ron. What's something else that makes you happy?
Nah, I mean, I was reading the comments, but I saw someone said that Ryan Nembhard making any all rookie team would be such a win.
I thought we were about to have to reboot Ron.
No. But no, realistically, that does make me happy.
Right.
If Ryan Nembhard can even be second team, all rookie, that's such a win.
He would be right now.
Usually that's
think he would be
only
too. Yeah, maybe
by the way, they
first
did
team
a
also.
redraft, which was pretty dumb, but I think it was Bleacher Report, sorry to say. But it's not, it's not the Bleacher Report that I grew up with, but that's a whole other story.
Jeez.
But they did a
Oh, you're only
redraft
25.
after
What the
2
hell are you
months.
talking about?
Yeah.
Well, Bleacher Report is
You grew up
25. Bleacher Report is 10 years old? I mean, it's not that
No
old.
way, dude. Bleacher Report was around when I was in college, and at the time, it was just fan blogs.
Yeah.
Oh. Oof. But anyway, they did a redraft, right?
What were
and
gas
Ryan
prices like when you were a
Nembhard
kid?
was
Right.
not in the top 30 picks. Bleacher Report, do better. He deserved it. He should have been the top 15.
Oh, they didn't have him in the top 30 in the redraft?
He wasn't like in the first round.
Oh, okay.
Wait, when was this redraft? Was it recent?
This is like last week. I mean,
Okay.
it was
but they didn't. Okay.
I mean, again, why are we doing the redraft? It's not even 3 months to the season. Like, what are we doing?
We need content.
But y'all think he'd be second team all rookie right now? Like if this yeah.
Let me think.
I think he's a top 10 rookie right now
for sure.
I think he's a top 10 rookie right now. I mean, look, the first team right now includes Cooper Flagg, obviously, Con Knipple, who's been fantastic in Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
Cedric Coward's been really good in Memphis. VJ Escom had a really hot start to his rookie season. It's kind of tailed off a little bit. But yeah, I think Ryan Nembhard definitely makes second team.
Definitely getting votes,
right
which
now,
no one thought, or they would have drafted him in the first round, right?
Yeah, I think he's definitely worth it for sure. But look, man, between Ryan Nembhard's emergence, obviously Cooper Flagg. Look, I think I'm most excited about the idea too is that hopefully, this team will get a little bit more healthy and you start to see a little bit more when it comes to what this team is gelling like on the floor. I mean, they've won 4 out of their last 5 games. You were seeing the confidence as far as not only their abilities to play hard, which they've always done, but now the execution is coming as a result of not only how well they're playing, but also, the effort matching what they're able to do a little bit better these days, because this team has not been good in the clutch so far this year, but they're seeing the confidence being put together on a night in, night out basis. And for a team that has struggled so far this year, yeah, confidence is good. And they can continue to build off of that because they got an 18-year-old kid that's special. He's going to be 19 here in a couple weeks to build that foundation off of. But there are several positives, even in what's amidst been a difficult start.
You want to know something funny, KJ?
What's that? It better be funny.
It's going to be funny.
That's right.
I promise you.
It better be funny.
Believe it or not, everybody, Ryan Nembhard and Jaden Hardy were in the same high school recruiting class.
Wow. What?
I'm looking at it right now. Jaden Hardy was the number 4 player in the nation in that 2021 basketball. I clicked on Jaden Hardy. He's 69 in this recruiting class. And I think that's also a perfect example of sometimes other players or other people in life will, quote unquote, be ahead of you. You're like, man, I'm so far behind my peers and my friend, and this person's doing so well. They got this opportunity, and they're doing well. He's in the league, man. Look at me. I'm at Creighton. I got to transfer to go to Gonzaga to kind of get my shot. And then you get in the league with this guy, and Ryan Nembhard has been a better player than Jaden Hardy already in a couple of games. Like, better than any point in Jaden Hardy's career. Ryan Nembhard in this stretch has been better than Jaden Hardy at any point in his NBA career. And it just shows you, like, sometimes people will, quote unquote, peak faster than you in life and peak earlier, quote unquote. At least that's what you feel when everyone kind of is on their own timeline. So Ryan Nembhard, Chet Holmgren, Paulo Banchero, Shaden Sharp, Jalen Duren, these are all guys in the same draft class. So, I mean, sometimes you just got to wait your turn, man. Like, AJ Griffin's, like, retired. He's in his recruiting class. It's like a minister now, to my knowledge. So it's just wait your time, man.
You can only run your race. Be where your feet are.
Yeah, no, for sure. Ryan Nembhard and Max Christie the same age?
It's 22.
They're both 22.
Yeah.
That's unreal, man.
Hang it up, olds.
I mean, but to your point, I mean, Ryan Nembhard, who led the,
Max Christie's in his recruiting class as well. 22.
So there you go. I mean, Ryan Nembhard led the NCAA in assists last year. Professional point guard.
Mm-hmm.
Can organize, get folks into the right spots. But what I've loved is the fact that the team has a lot of confidence in him. You talked about the veterans who have already shown a lot of belief in what Ryan Nembhard brings on a day-in, day-out basis, Anthony Davis being chief among them, about how much they love playing with him. So you've got a young guard who's understanding what his role is, and as Jason Kidd has talked about, knows who he is as a player and as a person. And when you can walk into a locker room with these kind of veterans and have that kind of confidence to be able to lead on the floor, that gives you an idea of the kind of makeup that Ryan Nembhard has. And so far, he is proving it on the floor night in and night out. Shout out to friend of the DLLS Mavs podcast, Ryan Nembhard, who's been spectacular for the Mavericks. We'll see if that continues tomorrow. Let's take our next break here on our show. When we come back, we'll welcome in our national NBA insider, Marc Stein, the latest on what the Mavericks GM search could look like. And as we move closer to the unofficial start of the NBA trade deadline starting on December 15th. All that and more coming up next.
Shopify, the e-commerce platform that powers 10% of all e-commerce in the entire United States. Just think about that. It was Black Friday recently. I know Shopify came in clutch on our site, alldlls.com. It powers our entire merch operation for the whole of All City. I was never much of like a creative type growing up. I've never been much of a maker. That's why I just sit here and talk about people that actually make things. But if you out there make merchandise or anything else that can be sold online, which is pretty much anything these days, then Shopify is the e-commerce platform and service for you. Got you covered with website creation, product descriptions, email, social media marketing, and a whole lot more. Turn your big business idea into straight cash, homie, with Shopify on your side. Sign up for your $1 per month trial, $1 per month, and start selling today at shopify.com/allcity. Again, that is shopify.com/allcity, and get started today to turn your idea into...
And the Mavs defense started off hot, but lately they've been pretty stinky. But you know whose defense is elite and never stinks? Koalas Roofing. Your roof is how you protect your home, and no one wants to be the guy or gal that doesn't care about protecting their family. So Koalas, with over 700 5-star reviews and an average rating of 4.9, it should be your go-to. Koalas Roofing is one of the most trusted names in roofing across North Texas and Austin. Whether it's your home or your business, Koalas Roofing has you covered, literally. They specialize in both residential and commercial roofing projects. If your home was hit by recent storms, don't wait. Koalas Roofing offers free storm damage assessments and can help guide you through the insurance process. Mention DLLS when you call it in. It truly helps our show. Call or go online to schedule your free roof inspection. And don't forget to ask for your free grill. Visit koalasgc.com or just search Koalas Roofing and Construction. That's QUALIS, or call 817-500-9008 and get started today.
Welcome back to the DLLS Mavs podcast. Appreciate you joining us here on our show today. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to DLLS Sports. And also, you can find our podcast wherever you get your podcasts for free. Search DLLS Mavs, give it a 5-star rating, and write a review for it while you're there. We would sincerely appreciate that. Just like we appreciate our national NBA insider, Marc Stein, who joins us here on our program today. You can always dial at the Stein line.
The GOAT.
At the Stein line. Yep, we're back. We are very much back. Marc Stein, what's going on?
Hi, guys. How are we?
Well,
pretty good, Mark. How are you?
How are you doing?
I'm not. I can't say that I'm having a glass half full Thursday. Having some issues, but we will forge ahead, and I will figure it out.
Well, your skin's glowing.
Yeah, you look great.
Okay, if you say so.
Thank you.
If you say so.
Damn, dude. My glass feels emptier after that.
Right? It's like Stein doesn't know how to take a compliment. Like, jeez, man.
Well, we'll dive right into the super chat then. Classic Sing Lover Mark at the $1.99. All day long, I'm wearing a mask of false bravado.
Oh, no.
Trying to keep up a smile to hide the tears. I'm not going to sing anymore. The singing is just, it's not help. It is not helping the ball club. So I'm just going to say the lines out loud. But that super chatter gets me.
Well, them Lakers fans can shed them tears after they got their ass whooped last night by the San Antonio Spurs. Real quick, we'll touch on the Mavericks for just a second. I wanted to get your thoughts real quick on the NBA Cup semifinal matchups that we have now, because San Antonio and Oklahoma City last night, I'm not going to lie, gentlemen, I saw a crystal ball in the form of those two games last night, and the next 2 to 3 years look awful scary, because the Spurs now 9-3 in these 12 games without Victor Wembanyama. Looked really good last night, and the Thunder, of course, beat the Suns by 150. So just real quick on the NBA Cup semifinal matchups that we have here.
Yeah. The Spurs have been really good without Wemby, which is scary. Nothing is scarier than the Thunder. You know, every show, it seems like every show I'm on now, is this the best team ever? Like, it is only 25 games, but like, you really can't be more dominant 25 games into a season than they've been. We really still haven't even seen them at full strength. Yeah, it's It is a scary, scary prospect, especially when, for Mavs purposes, you remember that the Thunder have control of the Mavs first round pick in 2028, and the Spurs have control of the Mavs first round pick in 2030. Not good.
Yep. That's
Not
where
good.
that's where he was leading me to. Because whomever assumes the GM role is going to be having to navigate all of that over the course of the next however long. We got a lot yesterday into trade discussions around, obviously, Anthony Davis, Klay Thompson, Daniel Gafford, among others. Where are we when it comes to the individual or individuals who are going to be leading all of this in terms of what the next couple of months looks like and where the Mavericks go from here when it comes to their GM search?
Yeah, look, all signs point to the current structure being the structure through the deadline and probably through the season, through the rest of the season. Patrick Jamal, I wrote this on, I want to say it was November 20th, that if you, oh, wow, look at Tanner. Tanner's got it. Kevin Gray, just read it.
Ready?
I was gonna. Yeah,
let's do it.
Of course, Patrick Dumont saying, or excuse me,
is
Marc
Stein
Stein.
on
Yes, I'm correcting myself. Marc Stein writing, quote: "The Mavericks, meanwhile, have not yet begun a formal search for the successor to general manager Nico Harrison, and the distinct vibe I get is that they are not going to be in a rush to do so." End quote. After listening for so long to Harrison and Harrison alone, there's a distinct sense in Mavs land that operating owner Patrick Dumont prefers the committee approach that is in place now. End quote.
Yeah, so that was November 20th. My sense is nothing has changed. You have Matt Riccardi and Michael Finley as the co-GMs to take the calls, make the calls, interact with other teams. Jason Kidd obviously has a strong level of input as the most experienced person within the organization, the guy who has the longest contract in the building now after back-to-back extensions in the past two off seasons. And then Mark Cuban has been brought back in an advisory capacity. Mark Cuban is invited to various meetings that this group has to lodge his input, opinion, and make his voice heard. And I do think that because until the firing of Nico Harrison 11 games into the season, Patrick Dumont was really only listening to one person. He does, at least in the short term, seem to like this approach of listening and talking to as many people as he can and formulating their plan based on this flurry of recommendations. So there is still going to be a formal GM search, but the likelihood is at this point, barring some unexpected change, that it waits till after the season.
So my question next would be then, how empowered are Matt Riccardi and Michael Finley to steer the course and direction of these next couple of months with respect to potentially moving primarily Anthony Davis, among others? Have they been empowered to go ahead and be able to make such moves if those opportunities arise for this team?
Well, they're the ones, they're the front-facing guys. They're the ones interacting with all the teams. But Patrick Dumont will ultimately be the one who's casting the deciding vote. Obviously, the recommendations, Matt Riccardi and Michael Finley are the ones talking to these teams. Wherever the recommendation comes from, everyone's going to weigh in on it as a group. And, obviously they're, two of only 4 or 5 guys at the table right now. So, I mean, I think they have the ability to present any idea they wish, but I don't think any one person can say, we're doing this. They're going to go with this group approach. But it's not like I don't know that that's dramatically different than it was, because even Nico Harrison had to get Patrick Dumont's sign off on major things, which obviously that's what happened on the day we don't like to talk about in February. If it's a minor move, I mean, I would imagine they're consulting Patrick on everything, even minor moves at this point, given everything that's happened. But there's obviously a difference between, signing a 2-way, signing a 10-day, and trading Anthony Davis. I mean, there are scales of moves.
I don't want to jump the gun too much, but I want to ask Mark. I want to ask you the question that a lot of Mavs fans are talking about, and Jacob just asked us in the chat as well. A lot of Mavs fans believe, I don't think this is reported anywhere. I think it's just everyone kind of has like a spidey sense that because Jason Kidd is part of this kind of like advisory decision-making group panel kind of thing, Mavs fans are kind of believing that, okay, does that mean that J Kidd wants to be the GM? Does that mean that J Kidd is going to be the GM, the JM?
The JM, right?
That's a pretty cool nickname, actually. I kind of hope he becomes the GM just so that I can call him JM. But do you get the sense that, first off, that's what J Kidd wants? Secondly, that's what Patrick Dumont wants?
I think what Patrick Dumont wants is to conduct a search after they get through this season. I don't foresee that. I know it's talked about a lot and people love to throw it out there. But at this point, I think there's going to be a search with X amount of candidates at the end of the season. And it sounds like at this point, again, early December, it sounds like both Riccardi and Finley will be part of that search. Like they will have their shot. So, I mean, this is kind of everybody's opportunity in the organization to show what they can do, share their vision. I think everybody can bring stuff to the table. But like we just saw with the Anthony Davis injury stuff, like Patrick Dumont obviously was he co-signed the Luka trade. But for the most part, he totally let Nico just operate this franchise. And when Patrick Dumont stepped in on the Anthony Davis injury return, that was really the first time that he got involved in like a granular daily basketball decision. And so I think more of that is taking place now because, again, they're going with this committee approach where everybody makes suggestions. And I mean, obviously, the only one who can really break any ties, it kind of has to be the owner.
What has been your sense about how Patrick Dumont has felt since the firing of Nico Harrison, and obviously how things have played out in the wake? I mean, it's been a month now since Nico Harrison has been dismissed as the general manager. From your best read, what is your sense of how Dumont has felt about things since that day? I
mean, look, it's really hard to get a read on him because like we never see him. There's so little interaction with him. I mean, the most that I can go on is like, I think, they're what have they won 4 out of 5, and he was at one of the games. Which game was the one he was at recently? What was the home game he was at?
Was it the one with the Lakers kid was at?
No, he was at a recent. He was at what?
It was Miami, wasn't it, Mark?
Yes,
was it
Miami. Yeah, it was the Miami. So it's like, I think the winning has obviously made him happy because they've played well here recently. But like, I don't want to pretend that I can give these huge in-depth reads on Dumont and his thinking because it's still I'm still getting to know him and trying to read the way he operates too. Again, with Cuban, Cuban ran this franchise for almost 25 years, and I got to cover it from day one. So it was much easier to try to project how Mark Cuban might react in a certain situation. It's a lot harder now, just being honest with you guys. It's harder because this is not an owner who gets on a Stairmaster and holds court before every game, like Mark Cuban did for years and years and years. Like, I think what Kevin was trying to ask me, like, obviously Matt Riccardi and Michael Finley can't operate the same way that Nico Harrison did, where Nico Harrison had a huge amount of autonomy, but I don't think there are any, they can bring anything to the table that they want to, But obviously, the way that they've structured the front office for now is everything has to be brought to the table for the group to weigh in. So that's a different approach, obviously.
Let's take our final break here on the DLLS Mavs podcast. When we come back, it's a Trivia Thursday, and we're going to have some fun with our guy Marc Stein as the Corellis Trader going to take us through some Mavs history here on the DLLS Mavs podcast.
It's going to be a tough one. It's a tough one today.
We'll look forward to it.
I'm
Coming
scared.
next. But we want you to become part of our DLLS Sports family first. The easiest way that you can do that is to like, comment, and subscribe to DLLS Sports here. And you can scan the QR code that you see on your screen right now that Bobby Corella is pointing to become a diehard member. That's right. You can point to it right there. That's right. alldlls.com/diehard. You become a diehard member today, where you get 20% off our events. You get access to our member-only Discord. You get a free t-shirt upon sign up as well. And you get access to all of our premium content, including from our DLLS Mavs beat writer, Ron Herrod Jr., our DLLS Rangers beat writer, Jeff Wilson, who has come back from the winter meetings in Florida. Will the Texas Rangers potentially trade Corey Seager? Let's hope not, but Jeff Wilson will be all over it, as well as our guys Clarence E. Hill Jr. and Alan Jawad covering your Dallas Cowboys. They try to bounce back after their disappointing loss to the Detroit Lions as they take on the Vikings on Sunday Night Football. And, of course, Sam Nessler and Sean Shapiro covering arguably the best team in the NHL right now in your Dallas Stars.
They will never lose again.
That's right. And in fact, you're representing with the Otter shirt right now. You can go to store.allcitynetwork.com right now to go get that beautiful t-shirt right now that Bobby's wearing.
Dope shirt.
To celebrate our Dallas Stars. And we've got a brand new set of branded Bills All City headwear new styles right now, celebrating us here at DLLS. Again, store.allcitynetwork.com. If you're looking for the perfect holiday gift for the perfect DFW sports fan in your life, I encourage you again to go to store.allcitynetwork.com. Get them a All City headwear DLLS branded Bill hat right now. Tremendous styles, as you can see on your screen, and we've got a lot of amazing merchandise as well. And when you become a diehard member, you get a physical diehard card upon sign up to show off your membership here with us. So again, if you're looking for your last minute holiday gifts for the sports fan in your life, especially who loves Cowboys, Stars, Rangers, Mavericks, and Cowboys and Mavericks, all the teams, alldlls.com, become diehard today. Let's finish up here as we bring back in our national NBA insider, Marc Stein, who still has the only DLLS exclusive hat among us.
Will you guys be shocked when you see me wearing one of those new hats?
No.
I won't be.
No. I think you'll get the white one. You got the black one. I think you'll get the white one in the design that you have. So
I do have a question, though.
Just go for it.
I think that a lot of fans would like to know. This actually was sent by a friend. He says, is Dirk Nowitzki a candidate for the Mavericks Open GM search? Let me say this. Do you think he'll be a candidate, in your opinion?
No, I do not. I do not. I mean, he himself has said over and over and over, he does not want a full-time front office role. And so I really don't think that he will be a candidate for the GM position. You know, he recently did. I mean, he spoke. I think Ben and Skin have their new podcast venture. What's it called? Haymaker. And they flat out asked him directly. And he's like, that's not what he's looking for. Do I think he will get back involved in some sort of advisory capacity like he had before? That certainly seems more plausible, but he is just started this TV stuff, and I know that is his focus, is like, he'll be in Vegas at the NBA Cup. He's working the semis and the finals. So I really think he's been focused on trying to learn the TV game. And that, he was at the Houston game on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
His first time there this season. Like, I have a pretty decent handle on his schedule because we obviously work together on the Amazon project. Like, that man is in so many different places. That was really his first chance to even get to a home game this season, because he's been like he went straight from the last Amazon appearance he made he had to go to Geneva for a week of FIBA stuff. Like, he is all over the place. So, yeah, that would be my prediction.
Well, speaking of questions, it's time for Trivia Thursday on the DLLS
All right,
Mavs
let's do some
podcast.
Trivia Tuesday on a Thursday.
Bobby's mad that we cut into trivia time.
No. It's fine. It just means that it's even tighter and more action-packed.
So we can
I'm
go as long as we
stressed.
want anyway. So
Yeah.
we'll get all
we
the
can go-
questions in.
Yeah.
We can go over
we can
time
go as
if
long
necessary.
as we want. As always, chat, feel free to play along. I'm going to ask a question. They're all open-ended. Throw your answers in. But if you cheat, the basketball gods will know. And if we learned anything in 2025, it's that not only are they real, but that they're real spiteful bastards. And they will smite you if you wrong them. So no cheating.
Yes.
All right. Question number 1. The Mavs have played 25 games so far this season. All these questions are themed around 25 games. Who leads the team in total defensive rebounds? So not rebounds per game. Total defensive rebounds so far this season.
PJ Washington.
Cooper Flag.
Cooper Flag.
Tanner?
Oh, yeah, flag, I guess.
All right, so we got a PJ guess and 3 Coop guesses. I'll give chat another 5-10 seconds to catch up because we're coming to you from the future.
Might be PJ Washington.
The future is so much cooler than the present that you're living in, chat. No offense. I can't wait for you to get here. But you'll never catch up with us.
Wow.
Not here, at least.
They are like 15 seconds behind
Yeah.
or so.
Line star says Cooper. We got Billy saying Coop.
We got some Coop guesses. We got Coop
Yeah.
Okay. The correct answer, Kevin Gray, is PJ Washington.
Let's go.
At 128. Now, Cooper Flag has 123, so it's a very close race.
Yeah, it was definitely between those two. For
Very
sure.
close race.
As the person who has to like prep all these pregame shows, yeah, I see a lot of
True.
statistics.
This is true.
Najee actually third at 101.
The knife.
Yeah,
Okay.
everyone guessed Coop.
Question number 2.
Let's go.
God.
The Mavs have played 25 games.
Uh-huh.
Let's go back to their 25th season.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
2004-2005 Dallas Mavericks. Who led that team in blocks per game?
What year is this again?
04-05. You were a wee lad.
Was
Oh,
Damp
wow.
still on the team?
Yes, he was.
Eric
Eric
Dampier
Dampier.
was on the team. That was his first season with the team.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Dampier.
Yeah, I'll
too.
go with Dampier. It's okay. You were like a toddler. It's fine.
I'll tell.
It's probably,
I'll tell.
but it's not Dampier because Bobby wouldn't ask it if it's Dampier.
Yeah, is it Job?
Was it? Could it really be Nowitzki?
The correct answer, Line Star got it. Dirk Nowitzki.
Oh my God! I knew I should have just said it.
1.5 blocks. Stamp was at 1.4.
I'm like Dirk blocked. Oh, Dirk blocked more shots than I thought he did.
Was
Yeah,
Job
so
playing yet?
Jop was not on the Mavs yet. No.
Oh, okay.
Dirk popularized the swipe down
Yes.
to kind of poke the ball away from someone as they were going up, which the Mavs statistician always counted as a block.
But really
You could have counted it as a steal, but because they were going up for the shot, it was considered
A
like
block.
a prevention
Okay.
of a shot.
I'm like,
Call that a
man, Dirk
steal.
blocked shots like that. But I'm like, he played probably the most games.
No, Dirk would get after your ass, man.
Who said Dirk did play defense?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, somebody said that.
By the way, the 04-05
Oh.
Mavs finished 9th in defensive rating. That was 5 out of 6 years that they finished better than league average in defensive rating, but apparently they never played defense. Okay.
Ooh.
The Mavs are 9-16 through their first 25 games. The Mavericks franchise has had 2 seasons where they've won at least 20 of their first 25 games. Can you name those 2 seasons?
Oh,
2006, 2007,
Yeah.
Yep.
and 2002, 03.
I'm gonna say 2010, 2011.
2010, 2011.
I'll go 0203.
Okay, so everyone is in universal agreement on 06-07. That was
Yes.
the 67 win year.
Yeah.
That's right.
And then we have 2 for 02-03. They won 60, and then 2 for 10-11.
Yeah.
They ended up winning 55, I think.
But they got off to a great
They got off to a great start, and then Caron Butler and Dirk got
Yes.
hurt. And that was like, I'm
Caron
not going to
Butler, my
lie,
king.
when Dirk went down, that was like the worst day of my life.
Yes.
I was like, I can't believe it's ending this way. I thought he was out for the year. Lion Star guesses 02-03 and 06-07.
Oh, wow.
The correct answer is not 2006-2007.
Oh,
wow.
They
We're
did
all
not
cooked.
win at least 20 games. Remember, they started 0-4.
yeah, but still,
And then they won like 12 or 13 in a row. Then they lost, and they won, then they lost. The correct answer, you all had it, was 02-03. They started
And
22-3 that year.
Ah.
And in 2010-11, they started 20-5.
Okay, so we had the years. Just,
wow.
We all failed on the university.
Yeah,
yes.
they were 18-7 in 06, and they ended up winning 67. So that's
unreal.
pretty
man.
damn good
Unreal,
team,
man.
They started off 18-7.
Dirk, good player.
They started 0-4, and they were 62-11.
I gotta look up that team.
Finished the season.
22.
Well, no, they made it to, so they won
Oh, yeah.
62 of their next 70 games.
That is unbelievable.
That's one of the best teams of all time,
That's
and
so
unfortunately, the playoffs exist. Question number 4. So, not to glaze, but Luka has the first, second, third, fourth, and fifth most triple doubles through a player's first 25 games of the season in Mavs franchise history.
shocking.
So, which
Right.
player, and hint is not Luka, which player has the sixth most with 2 triple doubles in the first 25 games of the season?
Jason Kidd.
Yeah, that was going to be my guess, Jason Kidd.
Okay.
Jason Kidd. If it's not Jason Kidd, Josh Howard.
Okay.
I'll guess Howard.
It's got to be J Kidd. It's got to be
Yeah, it
J
has
Kidd.
Probably has to be Kid though.
All right, we'll let chat catch up a little bit.
The feeling I'm getting, it's not.
Nash?
The way I feel, the
No, he
energy
can
I'm feeling, I feel like
rebound
it's
now.
not Jason
Yeah.
Nash
Yeah.
and rebound.
I'm in my effort to try and be hard to read. I'm becoming easy to read.
Kidd. Yeah, your
Oh,
energy
no.
is given. It's not Jason Kidd at
I need
all.
to adopt a different kind
Yeah,
of
that's probably too easy.
persona.
It's probably gonna be like, oh, yeah, that's a
Chris
Oh,
Drew says
Sean Marion.
Sean
Yeah,
Marion.
that's a good
Okay,
guess.
we had a Dennis Smith Jr. guess. It's
Dennis
actually
Smith
a
Jr.
good guess.
Yeah.
It's probably
Um,
like JJ Beret or
The
something.
correct answer is
Is it
Michael
Dennis?
Finley.
Oh.
Michael Finley.
See, I knew his
Triple
energy
doubles?
was off.
Michael Finley was
I
a triple
knew
double
your
guy?
energy was off. I was like, oh, it's not
The
giving
99-2000 season. Now, of course,
I
it
didn't think
helped
of the
that
passer.
in those days, Michael Finley was averaging 74 minutes per game. So he actually would play multiple games in the course of one game.
That's all right.
I was
but no.
was the beat writer, and I don't remember that.
And back
Hate
in
to
those
see
days,
it.
Mark, a triple double was really hard to get.
Yeah.
Really rare. Yeah, that's a nice shout out to Michael Finley here.
Yeah,
So,
didn't Finley play like 83 games one year? Because
Played 83 games one season,
And,
yeah.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
wild.
I think he went like 6 seasons without missing a game,
It's
and
wild.
would played like 45 minutes a game too. He was unbelievable. All right, the final question: 3 players in Mavs history have scored more points through the team's first 25 games, so not the players' first 25 games, the team's first 25 games than Dirk Nowitzki ever did. 3 players. Not one player 3 times, 3 different people. Can you name those players?
Luka Doncic, Mark Aguirre, and Rolando Blackman.
Okay.
He sounded real confident. I'm gonna go with Stein.
You say the first 25 games
said-
of
you said the
players?
first-
team games.
Just
Of the teams.
total points.
Total points, not points per game. Total points.
I'll go Luka.
You know, it might be Jamal Mashburn instead of Rowe, but
I'll go Luka, Aguirre, Howard. Josh.
I'll go with Luka, Aguirre, and Rolando Blackman.
Ditto. Yeah. No.
Ditto? Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
No.
I'm
Okay,
I'm
a lot
subbing.
of Ro Blackman
I'm,
respect.
I'm subbing. I love Rowe Blackman more than all of you combined, but I'm subbing Mashburn in for Rowe Blackman.
I do love Ro Blackman a lot. Now, I'm not doubting you, Mark, because you were around in those days, whereas to me, Ro is a real human being, but I wasn't around whenever he played.
I mean,
We
look,
have
I
a
only got to
Monte.
watch him in high school. I mean, I didn't get to cover him until his last. I want to say his last year was my first covering the league. I think that's right.
Yeah,
But-
with the Knicks, right?
Harrison Barnes is a good guess. I didn't think about that.
The correct answer, so Luka is one of them. He actually did a few
Check.
times. Mark Aguirre is another one of them.
Check.
All right.
Jim Jackson.
Ah.
I wouldn't guess.
I knew it was Mashburn or Jackson, and I chose the wrong one.
This answer is going to
Come
piss me off.
on.
Brandon, right?
Yes, I am pissed off.
I was hoping for the There it is. That's what I was hoping for. That's what I wanted. Right
Except he was excited with that. Come on.
Oh, that was a
know.
Bill Winnington
when
all
you
timer. All timer. Yeah. So it was Luca,
Most
Mark
excited
McGuire,
Steins ever
Jim
been on.
Jackson.
and Jim Jackson. Just a little trivia Tuesday on a
He
Thursday.
was just here not
so.
too long ago, too.
Thank
Hey,
you as
hey,
always, Chad, for playing
Hey,
along.
Stein.
Chad actually came up
Yeah.
clutch today. A lot of good answers from Chad today.
Stein, don't worry about it. I got some loose change in my pocket so you can take it to the laundromat because you are washed.
Oh my God!
Dang, Jim Jackson averaged 25 points in a game. I mean, in a season one time.
Jim Jackson was a baller, man. Go
Good
look
player.
up his tape at Ohio State. Jim Jackson was a monster. He was cold.
He was 25,
Okay.
5, and 3 one year on 47 from the field.
I was
Pretty
already having a
good.
glass half. I was already having a glass half empty Thursday, and you guys just poured what was
Oh,
left
no.
all over the floor.
Mark should have joined for our Happy Mavs segment.
That's
so
right.
we
He
could
should
have
have
made him
came for
feel
the second
better.
segment.
We had
That's
a
right.
whole segment about Happy Mavs
Happy
storylines.
times.
Yeah, it was the hardest thing we've ever done.
I
Just
heard
kidding.
it.
It's fun. It's fun. It's fun.
It wasn't that happy. I listened to it.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Oh, wow. Wow.
I disagree. I think it was very happy. But,
Same.
okay.
Same.
You had Ron Harrod benching Clay. I mean, come on.
Oh, no. Stein, good to see you. We will talk to you tomorrow here.
Hey, there's a game tomorrow.
Thank
Hey,
God.
how about that?
I'm feeling good about that.
We made it. We made it.
That put some more liquid in my cup.
That's right.
Yeah.
Pre-game show at
He's refilled.
6:45.
Go back and unsay that.
Post-game show after the final buzzer. Mark, we'll talk to you tomorrow, man. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Have a good one, everybody.
Bye,
All
Mark.
right.
It's our national NBA insider, Marc Stein. You can always dial up the Stein line at the Stein line. That'll do it for us here on our show today, boys and girls. Appreciate you joining us here on DLLS Mavs. We'll be back tomorrow for our pregame show at 6:45 p.m. right here on DLLS Sports as the Mavericks finally get back on the floor as they take on Michael Porter Jr. and the Brooklyn Nets.
Got to destroy that podcaster tomorrow night. Because we respect women around here.
We do. We do.
We do. We very much do.
I disagree. I mean,
For the
we
record,
do.
I
right?
do as well. I just felt like I had to say that.
Okay,
After
good.
all three of you said it, if I didn't say it, then
Yeah.
it would make
Yeah. That silence would be deafening.
yeah.
Like-
Kevin just be waiting for me to say it.
Like, come on, Tanner.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I guess Tanner just doesn't. I noticed producer John Anderson left the building before we got to that, so he must not either.
Oh, jeez. Wow.
The producers.
We appreciate our guy Tanner making us look good and sound good as always. Thank you, sir. That is our DLLS Mavs analyst, Bobby Curl. That is our DLLS Mavs beat writer, Ron Harrod Jr. My name is Kevin Gray. We are DLLS Mavs. We'll talk to you tomorrow at 6:45 p.m. right here on DLLS Sports. Y'all be good. Peace.
We all silly like the mayor.